Starburns Audio.
Thank you for listening to the Starburns Audio Podcast Network. We have so many great comedy shows to add to your playlist. Just last week on Starburns Audio, on Ghosted by Roz Dresfelez, Busy Phillips talks about a creepy paranormal encounter she had in Oxford, England, and listens to ghost voices captured by ghost hunters. On Small Doses, Amanda Seales talks to her insecure co-star, writer, actress, and producer Issa Rae about the side effects of being a boss. And introducing That Black-Ass Show, a new podcast with Dulce Sloan. Check out a teaser episode now featuring comedians Roy Wood Jr., Thea Vidal, Derek Gaines, and Willie Hunter, with full episodes available starting Wednesday, April 22nd. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Search Starburns Audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast platform for a full list of our shows, featuring hosts like Tim Heidecker, Open Mike Eagle, and Adam Conover. Don't forget to follow us on IG and Twitter at Starburns Audio. Enjoy the show. And remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep laughing.
Bob Saget's here for you. That's right, that's me. And I'm talking in third person, which means I need to see my shrink, but he's not returning my calls. But I've got a podcast that's out now that I'm really excited about, and I know I'm the last person to do it. No, I'm the first comedian who's ever done a podcast. The podcast is called Bob Saget's Here For You, and I'm doing it because even the neighbor kid has one. There's a pony down the street that has one, a gopher, and so I'm starting one. You want to subscribe now to where you get your downloads, and I will be there. But it will have occasional guests that will be meaningful to me, and I hope to you. And it'll just be me talking to you guys, and I'll be on the phone sometimes, just talking to my agent, complaining about things. But mostly it's to bring you entertainment and to spend some time with you and be real. Bob Saget's here for you, and I'll be there.
Starburns Audio.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Benders, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode in the quarantine of Dumb People Town. Population you. Population Scovel. Rory Q. Scovel, Esquire.
Present.
How are you, sir?
I am so quarred out, you guys. I'm deep in the quar.
Deep in the quarry. You're in the quarry. Quarry Scovel.
I'm deep in the quarry Scovel, you guys. We're gardening now.
Oh,
we're baking our own bread.
Tell people.
I built a horse-drawn carriage the other day. We're making things happen.
You're not just gardening.
What are you doing for real?
They're building garden. They're like building
We're building a
beds.
raised bed garden.
Is it, to coin a phrase from Stone Temple Pilots, a wicked garden?
That's exactly
I wanna
right.
run through your wacky heart here.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know those were the words.
Nobody
Wow.
does. He made it up.
I did not. Scott Weiland. I did not sing words right there. Well, the world's getting dumber even in quarantine. Like we're trying to do smart things, but the world still is dumb. I guess that's the only good thing is like dumb is carrying on as business as usual.
I was about to say dumb is a sweet, sweet currency.
Yeah. It's the Bitcoin of I don't even know what it is. It's
Bitcoin of intellect.
Dumb is the Bitcoin of intellect. Might have to be a shirt. See, Rory, there you go. And so we're just going to jump into a story with you because we got you right here. A story.
Yeah, dude.
Let's jump into it. A story, Scovel. Daniel, you got the stories.
This was sent in
Let's
by
jump in.
Peter Nickel
Okay.
at Peter Dime, Peter.
If I had a nickel for every time this guy sent in a story,
you'd have a Peter Dime.
I'd have a dime.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
No bullion I know, starting with a pun, coming out
What is
strong.
this, the New
with
York
that pun
Post?
word. Yep.
Jesus.
Search for gold nuggets ends with Mattoon men in jail for arson. That is not usually where it starts or ends up.
Look, if we don't find anything, we're going to light this whole damn thing on fire. I can imagine. Have you ever been in a mine before, Rory?
No.
Okay.
No.
Jay
They
have.
got caves in South Carolina, don't they?
I guess I have been in you pull over on the highway and it's like the most, it's somewhere, it's always in Tennessee where
Yeah.
they got a cave they want to get you in.
Yep.
It's so top to bottom, just deliverance central.
Yeah.
Sure.
Check out these stalagmites. Nope. What's going into my asshole? That's a stalactite.
Okay.
That stalag
Two
is
of you.
too tight.
All right, what were you going to say about mines?
Jay and I were in a mine outside of Denver.
Yes,
And
mining
For the
for
show?
gold.
Yeah, for the show, we were mining for gold, and we were like literally. They're like, "Go ahead, chop into the wall and do all that stuff." And so we did, pick into the wall, and we did, and we found. And Jay thought he found gold,
And I started freaking out.
and
I was like, wait, we're doing a TV
You're like
show.
Gollum? You're
We're
like
doing
Gollum?
a TV show, and I'm like, but I might be able to just
Stop doing-
retire in episode 4 and just
stop
not
doing
work
this TV
anymore.
show. Like,
'Cause I
wouldn't that be
found a
great
nugget
if
of
like
gold.
Jay got so much richer than me and like was just lording it over me?
and didn't
Yeah.
share any of it.
And then he pulled it out. He was so excited. He pulled it out and showed it to the people who worked at the mine. They're like, yeah, that's pyrite. That's called fool's gold. It looks like gold,
Yeah.
but it's not gold. So I can imagine if you thought you were, and you dug and you dug and you dug and you dug, you looked for it, you couldn't find it.
Mattoon man.
Then you're going to burn it down.
Well, this comes from Shawana County, Wisconsin.
Do you want to go look for some gold?
There we go. From WBAY, which I imagine is Green Bay.
Sure.
Okay, here we go. A search for gold nuggets ended with the arrest of potential prospectors for arson and other crimes in Shawano. If you know how to say it, it's because I don't live there.
Shawana is the story about a Wisconsin man who tries to play basketball in the WNBA,
No,
right?
Shawana is the story
Shawana
of
man?
a Wisconsin woman who loves the sea.
Who loves gold
she
and
is
wants to be in the NBA.
She's trying to return. She's trying to return the heart of Tafiti back to.
Shawana.
Well, this happened.
Oh my God! You get into some Moana stuff. You got me. I'm signed up.
You're in,
I'm
baby.
deep in the Moana soundtrack. Get
You're
out
welcome.
of town.
All I can say for you is
Nice.
Every parent who has seen that movie subdue their kid in a way literally says to themselves on a regular basis, The Rock should do some more singing.
Yeah. I mean, he's on board.
Like nobody else has said that in the
I
entire
start
career.
my day. That's my mantra when I meditate, and it's how I start the day. I just go, The Rock needs to sing more.
Get him on, put him on wax.
Well, this happened on February 29th at about 4:45 p.m. That is a rush hour end of work day crime, guys.
What are you guys doing after? You guys want to go grab some tequila poppers over at TGI Fridays?
after we burn this down, it'll still be
Okay,
happy
all
hour.
right.
Tequila popper. That's an underrated joke.
Tequila poppers.
At about 4:45 p.m. that day, the Mattoon Fire Department was called to a report of a house fire in the town of Hutchins. Firefighters immediately suspected the fire was set because the house was unoccupied and the power was off. So they figured,
There's no
way.
mistake. This
Nobody
didn't
lives here, and
accidentally
there's
catch
no
on.
electricity.
An electrical fire.
The county sheriff's office, the Wisconsin Department of Criminal Investigation, and state fire marshal's office were called in to investigate, and a canine sniffed out the presence of accelerant. This is where the case gets interesting. I always love when that's actually
By the way,
in the article.
anybody who's ever lit a fire is like, they'll never know. The evidence burns. It doesn't burn. Like a dog will sniff out.
But it doesn't it blow your mind because you think it would burn,
It
but
does.
it doesn't, burn.
No, there's traces. There's
That's
enough.
why it's such a repeatable mistake because your instinct is
fine.
so close to being right.
So close. And the distance is just between you and jail is what falls into that gap.
you, you get burned by your own hubris.
Literally.
Yeah.
literally and figuratively.
This is where the case gets interesting. Officers tracked down two Mattoon men identified as Corey A. Welch, T-A-W,
And Corey B. Welch.
and Brian
The Welch brothers.
and Brian Wendler. The men had been at the property in search of $20,000 in gold nuggets.
By
That's
the way,
not a lot
Dan,
of gold.
if you describe a guy who's searching for gold, you're like, what's he like? He's a bit of a wendler. He's a wendler. He's a wendler.
Yeah,
He'll
more
try
of a
and
Welch.
get your gold.
More of a Welch.
He's a Welch.
He'll welch on a bet. He'll swindle some money if he can. You mean swindle? Well, usually, but this case it's a windler.
I got welched by this guy, and he windled me.
That's how he talks you into it. He goes, "How's it going to pan out with all the money?" He goes, "Hey, it's a win-winler," and then they high-fived and they went in to get it.
Windler. That's how you get welched.
Here at Wendler and Welch, we believe in burning your problems away.
You know our motto, one more W and we got a website.
Right.
Yeah. Here at Windler and Welch.
We only answer the phone on the exhale. Hello.
Here at Windler and Welch, no problem is too big for us to welch out of.
Exactly.
Jeez.
Are you behind on your child support payments? So are we. Call Wendler and Welch. All right, so
We know what you're going through.
right.
We have one way to fix all your problems.
Okay, the men had been at the property in search of $20,000 in gold nuggets that had, quote, been hidden by the previous owner. Two things. First of all, $20,000 in gold, not that much gold.
No,
that
it's
is
like 3 bars.
It's like tiny little
that's
pieces.
Very, yes,
Right.
tiny pieces.
Nuggets, 3
Secondly,
nuggets.
when they said in quotes that it had been hidden there by the previous owner, that tells me that Wendler and Welch were obviously day drinking when one of them said to the other,
I got an idea.
no, better. Can you keep a secret?
This always-
What if I told he's doing his own 30 for 30? What if I told you there was gold in this town?
You know what I think? I think they were day drinking, and then one of them knocked over an old picture and broke the glass, and on the back of it was a
Yeah.
map.
Treasure map.
Yep.
See what this X
They
means?
were up in the attic.
X marks the spot.
They were about
They
to
were
lose their
drinking in
home.
the attic again.
Yep. And you know what, though? You're probably right. Somewhere in their lives, there is a foreclosure coming. So you're probably, it is.
It's an X.
We got to find that money.
Gotta get it.
Right. Meanwhile, the Fratellis had broken out of jail at the same time.
Stop it.
Okay. The Nuggets, believe it or not, guys, nowhere to be found.
Oh, that's such a shock. They're
Dan.
in Denver.
That's when they used diesel fuel to set the house on fire. What did the house do wrong? This is about them not knowing where to appropriate their anger. They're mad that there's not gold, so they're like, burn it.
Burn it.
What for? Just burn it. Damn that house for betraying us like that.
It's a weird response.
So they would have gotten away with just looking for the gold.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they could have just left and been like,
No
we
one
didn't
lives
find
there.
it.
There's no power.
Yeah, there's no
But instead,
crime.
they were like, burn it down to
Or
really show.
one of them is so dumb, they're like, you know how you got to find gold? You got to burn it out.
Yeah.
You got to burn that
Can I
gold
just
out.
say that was my first instinct and it felt right?
Well, it
to
worked.
smoke out the gold, smoke it out.
Hey, it worked in Young Guns.
We're going to smoke them out. We're going to smoke out the gold.
We've all seen Young Guns, right?
So in this case, it was actually the opposite. They wanted to burn the place down to keep evidence.
That's right.
That's what they said to the cops.
Preserve
Like,
it.
we're technically doing the job for you.
To preserve it.
So, okay, here we go. Where was I?
I
The
love
Nuggets
these
couldn't be
guys.
found. I know.
Welch and Windler.
The investigation also revealed that Welch, this is my favorite part. So they can't find gold. So they use diesel fuel to set the house on fire.
Right.
This is a quote. The investigation also revealed that Welch called 911 and reported the fire. Why are you calling
Because-
911?
So
It's
this
bigger than us, Wendler. This is not what we wanted.
if I call it, they'll think that I'm concerned about it and I didn't set it.
think like
That's what people think.
Okay,
is like if
that's-
I'm part of
that
the
is the
solution
thinking
behind everyone who murders someone is like, let me call it in. If I'm part of the solution, no one will see me as part of the problem.
Rory, are you about to love Corey A. Welch? Because you're
Of course.
Listen to this.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
The investigation.
Us Ories always.
Yeah,
love
Corey
Ories.
and
It's
Rory.
a Rory thing.
Here we go. The investigation also revealed that Corey A. Welch called 911 and reported the fire. It was at that point Corey A. Welch then went to the fire department and drove a fire vehicle back to the scene without the consent or authority of the fire department. Dude,
They love it when you do that. They love it.
he calls
when
it
you do
in, decides they're not coming fast enough, goes there, steals a goddamn fire truck to put out the fire he started.
By the way, have you been in a fire truck recently?
Yes.
Okay. It's massive. It is impossible to drive. You have to know.
Kenny's a fireman.
You have to know how to do it. My wife's stepfather down in Sanibel Island, Florida, was the fire commissioner. We just went into and saw it's insane. It's like 80 feet tall. It's like there are a million buttons and things to push.
Million.
You don't know what you're doing. So this guy was like, you know what? They're going to thank me for this later. They don't know it yet, but they're going to really appreciate what I'm about to do.
Here's the thing. I am twisted on this because I feel like all Corey did was point out that this town has a very ineffective fire
Response
department.
time? Yeah.
One, they had no response time, and two, you can just steal a truck.
Look at me. I'm like QC. I'm quality Corey. Quality control. I'm going to show you how you can be better.
This story has no heroes. There's no one in this story did the thing
except
right.
for the house that burned. Like that's a martyr. It's a martyr.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys were shooting a calendar and you let me take a thing. Aww. Damn you, fire department.
I hope you just kept being
Put your shirts back on and do your job.
We got to make this right, Wendler. If you won't do it, I will. And he just ran to the fire department.
Yeah. Forrest Gump style. Like not even
Also,
like a
that
full
shows
sprint.
you they were willing to commit this crime. What I have to assume, like very close to the fire department.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Next door.
Like 2 blocks.
Maybe 3 blocks max.
Yeah. This is not
would be
miles
which
from
would
the-
be another indictment of the town's infrastructure.
Yeah.
So here's my thing, though. I'd love
If you can smell the smoke in the air, you should be there, fire department.
imagine though having the ignorance to look for $20,000 of gold in the afternoon, combined with the ignorance of burning a house down. Combined with the confidence to steal and drive a fire truck.
To call it in and to steal and drive a fire truck.
That is a martini.
That is.
You know, I'll tell you who's to blame. Corey's upbringing. Because if he has the confidence to steal a fire truck and the know-how, he could have been successful at a number of things.
That's right. That's right. He could have been a NASCAR dude.
Or he just could have been a much better car thief rather than a fucking gold hunter.
Or he could have worked for the fire department.
That's right.
Find out.
He's probably
He loves fire.
He probably came so close to passing the test,
Oh,
but
ready?
didn't.
The very next sentence. Corey Welch is a former Mattoon firefighter.
Of course
He resigned in January.
in disgrace. He was honorably discharged.
This was payback. Dude,
Dishonorably discharged.
Here's the deal. Windler didn't want to burn it down.
Nope.
Corey goes, let's burn it down
He
so
needed
I
a
can look
taste.
like he's like the cop trying to get his job back by solving a crime.
You kidnap my wife, and then I'll go get her. I promise nothing's going to happen.
They'll give me
Neeson
my
in
badge
Taken.
back.
And then Corey was probably like, what time is it? 4:45. Neil's on duty today. They're not coming. I got to go
They're
get
not
the truck.
coming.
I got to
They're
get the
not
truck.
coming.
He's playing cards. He's
I
napping.
still got my keys to truck 7.
Let's do it.
Yes, that's exactly what he said.
The criminal complaint adds that Corey A. Welch was, quote, highly intoxicated when he drove the fire department vehicle. A fire captain said he saw Welch fall down at least how many times while he was wearing a baseball cap instead of a fire helmet.
Yep.
So the captain is saying, let me tell you how drunk that asshole was.
Yep.
He fell down this many times, and he wasn't even wearing a goddamn helmet when he stole the
Right.
truck.
Drunk
He was wearing a baseball
He
hat.
was wearing a Pittsburgh Pirates hat.
How
That's
many
drunk he
times?
was.
How many
Did he fall
times
down?
do you think it was that this guy took note of it and remembered it? Rory, you know you're our guest. You can go first, Tig, or third. So choose your spot and then tell me your answer. Or
I just love that this guy saw this Corey fall that many times, get into the truck, still drive off, and he still was just like, all right, let's go get him.
No need to stop
I think
him.
I'm going to say Corey fell down 5 times.
5 times. Okay.
And I can't tell if that's embarrassingly low or stupidly high.
That's
I
right.
honestly
It's
don't
both.
even know.
Jay, what do you think? 8 times.
Okay.
I'm going to go low 3 times, which is still a lot. You see somebody fall over once, you're like, whoop, he tripped. You see somebody fall over twice, you're like, okay. That's the thing. 3 times, you're like, this guy is messed up.
Okay. All right.
After 3 times, you're like, well, if he still drives the truck, we'll get him after he gets going.
All right. So
He can't do that much damage in that.
Randy says 3. Jason says 8.
And
Rory says 5. One of you is exactly right.
All right. right.
Now,
So
Rory, we get to play the game.
who do you think is exactly right?
I think it's either me or Randy. I think 8 is so. Honestly, here's the thing. I don't think it's 8, but I so badly want it to be 8.
I do too.
It would be great.
Too. Oh my God, I do too.
I'm gonna. You know what? I think Randy makes a good point that it's 3, but for the sake of this story, I feel like for some reason 5 just feels right.
Rory's sticking with 5, Jason.
I don't think he would have brought it up if it wasn't so big. I'm gonna say I'm right at 8.
Okay.
I think it's me. I think it's 3.
All right.
Look at all of our confidence. We're all a bunch of Corys. We're all a bunch of
Corys. We're Corys, not Zeldas.
We're not even done with the story, but I will tell you for this fun little midway story one guess that the fire captain said that without wearing a helmet and wearing a baseball cap instead, Corey A. Welch fell down 8 times.
So we lose.
Rory is so happy.
Dreams do come true.
We lose, but we win, Rory. We lose, but we win.
I knew I was right. I don't know why in my heart.
So, and by the way, I think
that quiz was a win-winler right there.
Yeah.
Win-winler.
Well, I think the fact that he said he didn't have his helmet on means he fell on his head. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, there's blood. There's blood for sure.
Like
And meanwhile,
concussions.
the captain is maybe 10 yards away going, "You good now? Okay, you're getting back up? Oh, now you're back down, aren't you?
You're opening the door.
Yep.
You get
Okay. You're
starting
standing in a front lawn reaching for a door handle that's not there. You know that, right?
He's down again.
Oh, you're going to stay? No, he's getting
I
back
feel like
up.
even the captain's having like a beer on the side watching. Like
Right, well, this is
everyone's
Wisconsin.
drinking.
It's like, what's the worst that can happen in this case?
Cheese curds and beer.
I know.
Jeez.
It says Welch eventually confessed to going to the house to steal gold nuggets and ready for this? Not just gold nuggets. He confessed to wanting to go there to steal gold nuggets and hood ornaments. What is
What?
this,
I get
American Pickers?
What is this?
According to the complaint, Ann Wendler told investigators that he was drunk and bored, so he went along to steal property, quote, but was not okay with burning the house down.
Yeah,
which
that
would
was a
back up
Welch
Rory's
thing.
theory
It's
that
a Welch thing.
wanted to do that.
Yep.
Welch was formally charged Friday with being party to crimes of arson and arson of a building and burglary to a
charge.
building or dwelling. He's also accused of second-degree reckless endangering safety for driving that truck, impersonating a firefighter. How well was he impersonating?
Yeah, he was not doing a good job.
And taking and driving the vehicle without consent. Wendler is charged with being party to the crime of arson. Same thing. In addition, he faces 1 charge of second-degree reckless endangering and 6 counts of bail jumping. Not good for him.
Nope.
The arson charge carries 40 years in prison.
Whoa.
During one interview, Wendler said, I love this too, and then we'll play a quick round of Guess the Angie. During one interview, Wendler said that Corey Welch asked him to take the blame for the fire because Welch has 5 children and Wendler was going to go to prison anyway.
Oh. Just do it.
Can I just say, I think Corey makes a good point there.
I mean,
Look, when we were setting this on fire, I forgot I have 5 kids.
so you got to take
when
the
we
rap.
decided to do any of this, I totally forgot I have responsibilities.
I often forget that I have 5 kids.
Okay.
He fell 8 times. By the way, Rory, if you had 5 kids, that would be all that you talked about all the time. That would be all that you thought
That'd be all
about.
you could deal with.
You're like, I cannot handle these 5 kids that I stupidly have.
Seriously, I have 2 kids and we can't even do it.
Yeah,
Like,
Rory, you'd be lucky to play golf on your
Imagine
phone.
5 kids and they all play different sports.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
no, I
They were all
seriously-
good at different sports.
I think
Yeah, they're all like good, so they gotta be there.
Yep, that's it. Travel soccer, travel baseball, karate,
Volleyball.
volleyball.
Oh, that big karate tournament's this weekend.
Oh
You know
yeah,
the big
down in
karate
the Big Valley Karate.
There's gonna
Tournament.
be one kid that's a sport that like the youngest kid takes up a sport that you hate just
Yeah.
to kind of rub
Oh,
salt in
God.
the wound of your
Yes.
schedule.
horseback riding.
Oh, great.
What?
Equestrian.
No, but
Wonderful.
if you had 5 kids and they were into any activities, you'd both have to be stay-at-home parents.
Yep, that's
Like,
it.
wait, we
You're-
don't
yeah,
have any
We're
income.
just drivers.
Rory and I-
When you're on the golf course playing golf and you play 18, and then a guy afterwards, like, let's grab some beers after the round, and he is just shit faced. He wants to have dinner too.
Right.
And then he tells you he has 5 kids. You're like, oh, of course, this is your vacation.
That's
It's just
right.
this
Number
day.
one. And number two, you don't care about your kids.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you don't care about your wife or your partner.
Yeah.
But then
Or
when you
that
see
was your
someone,
one day of the year.
you finish a round and someone does all those exact same things and they tell you they don't have a kid, you're like, you have a real problem.
Yeah, exactly. No, Rory, when I go get some kids, when I finish a round of golf, the person I'm playing with turns to shake my hand, and in the place of where I was standing is smoke in the shape of my body as I'm running to my car.
You're already drinking.
running
No,
to my
back
car to go home
Yeah.
to like take care of it because I just did
You're
5 hours
home
of golf.
immediately because
Rory-
otherwise you're going to get yelled at.
Yes.
You got to get out of there.
Rory and I got a letter on pen pals from a woman who had 10 kids.
Nope.
Oh my God.
No.
10.
10.
We just kept saying that to each other.
You just
10.
you say
10.
no, ma'am, no.
You would never go on a family trip. You couldn't fly 12 people.
You wouldn't. There's nothing that you honestly, whatever your job is, your job could be anything. You love going to work.
Yeah, that's it. It's like living in New York City.
Okay.
You
I'm
just love going out. To have 10 kids, you literally have to sit them all down at some point and be like, here's the deal. I have about 2% of love for each of you. That's all I've got.
Yeah.
I'm
Some of you I don't even know where
I'm
you're
not
at.
going to know you. I'm not
Yeah.
going to
You know what?
really
And you know what? You're saying that to 9 kids and you don't even notice.
Yeah, you're
We're all
looking
here,
at
right?
6 of those kids and you're going, I will never support you no matter what. I just
Who's
can't.
got good grades? Go over to this side of the room if you've got
No,
good
yeah.
grades.
Whoever shows promise, stand over here. You'll be sitting at my table tonight.
There are 13 kids there, and you're just like, I will never love you. And 3 of them are the neighbors' kids. You're like, here's the deal. 5 of you are going to jail. 5 of you are going to jail, and that's just that. There, and you know what? I'm
guys
relieved
decide.
because they'll take care of you. You decide.
Yeah.
10 kids. Like, you look at the oldest kid probably when they turn 10 and you're like, all right, look, you are the assistant coach and I'm going to get thrown out of a lot of games.
Right.
That's it.
The chore wheel, you're in charge of the chore wheel. I
Come
can't
on.
even.
You are Dennis Hopper. I am Gene Hackman.
Shooter,
I am
don't
going
get-
to get thrown out of
Don't
some
get
games.
drunk. Don't get drunk, Shooter. Stay clean.
Are
Stay
you
clean.
talking about Hoosiers? I haven't seen it, so stop.
Are you serious, Dan?
Okay, here we go, Rory.
Oh,
We
this
don't
is
have
a
time
big
for this.
thing
Dan,
on
for
Pen Pals.
every
I want-
single movie that you're like, you haven't seen Young Guns, you haven't seen this, you haven't seen that. Every single movie that we haven't seen that you've wanted us to see is slightly less than you not seeing Hoosiers.
Oh, I know. Rory's been telling me we were going to watch Hoosiers for 8 months.
Let's watch
I
it.
made him promise that he won't watch it until I can watch him watch it. You know how you just want to
Yep,
watch people
that's
watch
it,
a thing to
that's
see
it.
if they like what
Let's
you
watch
like.
it live. Let's do Instagram live. We'll watch it on Instagram.
Rory we have to be in the same room. This is
No,
post
God damn
pandemic.
it. All right.
This is PP.
This is our pandemic gift to ourselves. Well, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about pen pals a little
Well,
bit.
we got to do a quick round to guess the age.
Oh, shoot. Let's guess the age. Let's
Okay,
do
we'll
it.
do it really quick. How old is Corey A. Welch? Jesus. Our man, our
Who
5
has
kids.
5 kids?
Five kids.
Drunky McGee fell down
5
8 times.
kids, fell down 8 times, used to work for the fire department, knows of a house with gold nuggets.
right.
I know of a house
gonna-
with gold nuggets and hood ornaments.
And he needs Wendler to take the fall.
29. I think he's 29.
5 kids and 29 from
Yeah,
Rory's.
gee.
I
Well,
think
you
he's
never know.
29.
Yeah, they could be like,
8 falls, 5 kids, 8 times 5, he's 40 years old.
I'm not
40.
going to lie. That is like great
math.
logic.
That's
I actually really
airtight.
respect that logic.
airtight logic right there. I'm going to say he is, I'm going to say he's 48.
48 years
He's our
old.
age.
how old we are.
He's our age.
Okay. All right. We will get out of here on this and we'll move along. I know you got to
29, 40, 48.
Okay. Corey A. Welch, to wrap up story 1, is 34 years old.
Oh,
34.
nice. Rory.
Yeah.
Rory, you'll take it.
Edge me by
Edge him by a year.
year.
All right, there you go. That's the first story down in the books. I love how we're doing this. We're still getting content out for you guys, trying to do it in the time of the pandemic. Thank you, Rory Scovel, for joining us. We'll, on the other side of the break, talk about pen pals and all the other stuff you have going on. This is Dumb People Town. Stay with us.
Stick around, make a sound for more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, Randy Sklar here. I want to talk to you about the best gift you can get someone In quarantine and out of quarantine, I'm just going to say it. It is the skylight frame. We got our mom a skylight photo frame. You can email photos to it. It helps you stay connected. It looks like a beautiful frame. You just put it up where your other picture frames are, and then you set it up. It connects with the Wi-Fi in the person's house. You can preload it with pictures if you want, or just start emailing or texting pictures to the skylight frame, and it automatically uploads them. So it's a treat for your relative to your mom or your sister or brother or whoever to get pictures, especially now when we really need to be connecting with people. It's perfect. It's got a gorgeous 10-inch touch screen. You can swipe through the photos with your finger, even tap to thank the person who sent you the photo. It's amazing. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. If you don't love your skylight, they'll offer a full refund. Again, like I said, you can preload it with photos as a special Mother's Day gift. This is the best Mother's Day gift you can get anybody. I'm telling you, our mom loves this thing so much. I've just sent 5 more photos from yesterday to my mom, and I'm so excited for her to get them today. Amazing. Skylight Frame, here's what you do. As a special holiday offer, you can get $10 off your purchase of a skylight frame when you go to skylightframe.com. Enter the code DPT. That's right. Get $10 off your purchase of a skylight frame. Just go to skylightframe.com and enter the code DPT in there. That's SKYLIGHTFRAME.com and use the code DPT. It's the best gift you can get anybody.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 8989 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 8989. Enjoy.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We want to alert everyone and let them know that Randy and I are doing a daily podcast called Scarborough Country, the Virus Edition, a.k.a. the Pandy Pods, a.k.a. Two Guys, One Couch, a.k.a. Two Jews, No Terry Crews, a.k.a.
Okay.
All right, we're not doing that. But
So
we are
many titles.
Two Hombres, One Nombre. Anyway, so we're doing that show every day. It's 30 minutes of hopefully joy and fun and us making fun of weird things that are happening in the pandemic and our thoughts and our philosophies. We've never done a daily podcast before, but it's really growing and it's been great. And we film all of them and they all live on a brand new YouTube page that we've created. So this is super important to us. If you listen to this podcast and you want to say, how do I find a way to support these guys? Go to our YouTube page, Scarborough Country.
Here's the way to do it. Go to
subscribe.
our Instagram at Sklar Brothers. You hear us say it all the time. And in the bio, it's a little link to the YouTube page. Subscribe to that. If you're like, what is a free way that I can support these guys? If we can jump up our subscribers, it winds up helping us out. So just do it. Just go to our Instagram, look in the bio, click on that, subscribe, and we're good to go.
So Dan has the Good Night Show. If you aren't on board with that already, please subscribe to that.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful show.
I almost call it the Good Morning Show because I listen to it in the morning. It's the first thing I
The
listen
Good Day
to.
Show.
Instead of reading the news, it is my...
It's called The Good Night Show. And then, of course, Pen Pals that you do with Rory. Guys, for people who are listening to the show who have never heard Pen Pals before, introduce them.
Go ahead. Ron.
Hey, Pen Pals. Can I throw a title out for your mini title
Sure, yes, please.
podcast? In homage to Car Talk, Sklar Talk.
AKA
Sklar
Sklar
Talk.
Talk. Boom. There you go. Why do we not do
Sklar
that?
Talk.
Bing.
Yeah.
Bing, bang, boom. We're gonna do it.
How do you want to describe Pen Pals, Roar?
Pen Pals is a compassionate, humorous, genuine response radio show.
That's great.
Where Daniel and I receive letters from our listeners asking us questions, telling us stories, really anything, and we just reply on air with compassion and humor to these letters, and
It's
it
the
is
most
so much fun.
interactive. It's so
It's
good.
a great show, and I do love how honest and how
Yeah, we'll get
truthful
sincere.
you guys are and sincere you are. but the letters that people send in serve as the source material and the spine of the show.
And then they write us back and to follow up. Rory and I helped someone propose.
Oh my God.
Someone asked us about their proposal, and we gave them all the points as to why this proposal idea was not going to pan out the way that they'd wished.
That is so honest and good.
I was performing in Cleveland. That dude came up to me. He goes, I ended up not proposing the way you said. I proposed another way. Anyways, here's an invitation for you and Daniel to come to our wedding.
Oh my God. Phenomenal.
It's in July.
Oh my God. Well, I don't know if it's happening in July.
Personal. We're building relationships with the world.
You guys are. I mean, it is really how it resonates with people, and people have letters for you guys, and they want to bring up letters. I remember
we've been junior grand marshals.
It's just
we
great.
were supposed to speak at a wedding that had to get postponed, but we still will when that all works out.
It's like the Rolling Thunder review. You guys,
really is. It's a real ride.
A personal touch. It's a wonderful ride. So if you're listening to this podcast and you say to yourself, God, I need another one I want to dig into.
We just gave you 3.
Okay, You got the Good Night Show, you got Pen Pals, and then of course you got Scarborough Country, the Virus Edition.
Sklar Talk.
Sklar Talk. All right, should we jump into another story?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Thanks, Rory.
This was sent in by Josh Mout at JMOUAT. And if I said it wrong, I'm sorry, buddy. You've sent it a lot and you're great. Yeah, I think it's Mout. Okay.
Moat.
Maybe it's that too. Ready? Portland strip club forced to close, so dancers now do delivery.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Portland, I love this first 4 words. Portland finds a way. Close down her strip clubs and dancers will do delivery. That's what's happening at Lucky Devil Lounge on Powell Boulevard. The club was forced to close with Governor Kate Brown's mandate to stem the spread of the coronavirus.
Of course, you can't have lap dances.
Those are essential workers.
But no, there you got to socially distance in some way.
But the order does allow food establishments to offer takeout and delivery. Now, as we all know, because anybody who's been to Portland knows, strip clubs in Portland are not like strip clubs anywhere else.
No, you walk into a bar and there's like stripping and a poker game and some monkeys in a cage.
Or
You're
a
like,
pancake. You walk into a pancake house. They're stripping in the corner.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of them have very good food.
Yes. What does it say? Acropolis. Come for the steak bites. Stay for the steak bites.
They're so good there. And I've been to Lucky Devil Lounge, and I will tell you this. My first year at Bridgetown Comedy, my buddies from Rochelle, Illinois, who live in Portland, were like, do you want to go to that after party or come somewhere very Portland with us? And I was like, that's rhetorical. I'm going
somewhere very Portland.
So they took me to Lucky Devils, and they were on Sunday nights. They do stripperoke, where you sing whatever karaoke song you want, and then that's what the girls dance to.
This is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
I've never heard that, and that is the best idea.
It was so much fun. So I sang "Papa Don't Preach." It was.
Were you in trouble deep? Yeah.
Yes. It was so much.
Was she going to keep the baby?
I didn't actually sing it. I think I remember what I sang. I might have sang something like Marshall Tucker Band or something.
Yeah, Marshall Tucker. Can't you see?
Yeah.
Because that's always got a weird line in that song. I don't need a woman like you hanging around. It's like, what? Wait, that's weird. I'm going out the back door.
That sounds like Gordon Lightfoot. All right. It says, and thus, because they could still deliver, Sean Bolden's newest business is called Boober Eats.
Boober Eats. Well, here's the deal.
Big fan already.
You're a big fan of it already. I don't know if I'm a big fan. We talked about this a little bit on our daily pod.
Why wouldn't they be called pole mates?
Right?
Oh, that's good.
Instead of Postmates.
Still a big fan. Call it whatever you want. I love the service, love the product.
Pole Mates is better than Boober Eats.
Rory, Boober Eats is a pun. Pole Mates is like, we thought about this.
Rory, let me paint a picture for you that may change your mind, okay?
Okay.
So the food gets
Please do, because I need to be talked out of trying to
food
get them
gets
down
delivered here. By a topless woman, okay?
Yummy.
An exotic delivery person.
Sure.
Yeah.
They come to the door, you look through the bag, they don't have the right salsa you asked for. Now, you've had this discussion with food delivery people before.
Can you go back?
So now you're having a very logistical conversation with a woman with her shirt off.
Yeah.
It's no longer
and
an
she's
erotic.
like, let me call and see. So now she gets her phone and you're looking over her shoulder and then you're like, I see a car seat. Like now
in her car. I don't want to see that her left light is out.
Zero of these things turn me off.
Me either. I'm on board
I'm
still
on board.
too. Yep.
I'm on board.
Right.
I feel like
ride.
Talk
topless.
me on the ledge.
Yeah, I feel like topless is the best form of logistical conversation.
You know, you see the topless maids van
Always
in
a weird thing to
LA
me,
all
too.
the time. And
Yes.
I'm always like, what is this service? How clean can you get this house?
They won't get it that clean. And then if there's like a moment where you're like, look, I thank you for being topless. I appreciate what you do. Can you guys just do the guest toilet one more time? One more time. I breezed through there and I noticed it's fine when you take both things up, and when you take only one lid up, I'm literally seeing a little bit of dust between the bottom of your boob and your rib. So you
let me ask you this. So there's no stripping. They're just walking up with
Topless.
they're
No, I don't know if
topless,
they're
and they're just
topless.
handing you food.
They have to be topless.
In the video, they're just scantily clad.
No, they're top.
I'm looking at it.
So it's more
I
like
think
a loose.
they have to be. I mean, look, I'm not asking for scantily clad. I need topless. If you're going to
It's
bring
not
me some
scantily clad
tacos
eats.
or whatever you're bringing me.
So the
You're right.
doorbell rings and you're busy in the other room and you say to your 7-year-old, get the door, please. Opens the door. Topless woman is there. And she turns around and says, Daddy, it's for you. That's not good.
Right.
Well, you know, then I look at that kid and I go, you just moved up to number 1 on the list of 10 kids.
On the 10 kid depth chart, you're number 1. Everyone, all the other 9 of you, get the hell out of here.
Rory, how many? This is from your comedy bit. How many guys are calling up Lucky Devil Strip Club to order Boober Eats, and their very first question is not about the food? It's what? Can you touch?
Yeah.
Can we touch the girls?
Can we touch the girls? No, you cannot.
If you've ever been to a strip club where they let you, this is essentially the joke, but if you've ever been to a strip club where they let you touch the girls, from that point on the rest of your life, you sound like the biggest creep when people are like, let's go to a strip club. You're like, yeah, but can we touch them? And then it's like,
or
hey, let's just go play putt-putt.
Yeah. Can we touch the
or
parts?
if
Yes,
you
touch.
say, I know a place where you can touch the girls.
Yeah,
That's
you're
even
you
worse.
also
sound terrible.
Right.
Terrible.
Yes.
Hey, where do you guys want to go to this? This really, I know a place where you can.
I know a place where you can touch the girls, and they'll bring you steak bites.
That also goes for like fine art museums. You want to go to the museum? It's free today.
I know a place where you can touch the
touch
art.
the artwork?
Touch the frame.
Touch the
no.
art. Dude, this is the Tiger King. I mean, this is like a roadside zoo.
Yeah,
Like you go to a zoo, you can only look at them.
So this is them bringing the zoo to you.
So while the rest of Portland was hoarding toilet paper and pasta, the owner of Lucky Devils bought out one local store's entire stock of pasties. So
That's
I guess
right.
sort of topless.
Yeah.
From 7 p.m. to 1 a.m., Boober Eats is offering the full menu from Lucky Devil Lounge at the same prices. Delivery rates. How much do you guys think it costs to get Boober Eats delivered? What's
$20
the delivery
minimum.
Fee? $20. $20 delivery fee.
It depends
from
on
Rory.
how long it takes. If it's 3 songs, it's $60. How many songs? How many songs are going to be on the porch?
And they start the CD when they get.
I mean, if you're in the middle of the song, that counts as a song.
right,
Well, that depends.
So
Can
$20.
we touch the girls when they get here?
No, I think it's sir. I think it's. And why do you have a southern accent and live in Portland? I moved up.
I
to Portland.
relocated when I found out you could touch the girls.
You cannot.
I'm
That
just
is a
chasing-
reason to relocate.
I'm just chasing that dragon, brother.
I'm in the witness protection program.
Please don't touch me. I am in protection.
You don't touch me, but I can touch the girls.
Okay, $20 from Rory. Jason and Ren.
I'm going to say it's like $60 delivery because you're getting a. I think it's a $40 delivery.
Okay, I will tell you guys.
Oh
one of
God, I love this. I love that we've all been to strip clubs enough to know that it's got to be in
On
the
the
20.
it's got to be a multiple of 20. And I can't even say that I've been to strip clubs enough.
Delivery rates are generally $30.
All right,
but,
good.
but vary depending on distance from the lounge.
Sure.
If someone wants to give us a couple $100 to go to the coast, we'll do it as long as the girls are taken care of. So we could get Boober Eats delivered here to somebody in LA. We could
Let me
pick
tell you something.
Coast.
We could
That
pick one of our friends. I
Oregon
know.
coast. And the food is going to be
No, they're
taste
going
great
anywhere.
after a 3-hour drive.
It's
Yeah,
And-
you
and
got to
No, they're
you're
going
going to want to
anywhere.
reheat that.
every item of food smells like vagina perfume. And I'll tell you right,
Delicious.
Why do
You
these
mean
French
delicious?
fries smell like vanilla? And why, when I bite into them, does it not make a sound?
Did you want glitter on your French fries?
Yeah.
You got it. Okay.
I
I love that
specifically,
we're picturing that the strippers are also making the food.
I specifically did not order these tater tots to be V-jazzled.
Here is the popular orders include nothing you want delivered. Chicken fingers, steak bites, and mini corn dogs. Those don't hold up. Steak bites might, but the chicken
Corn
fingers.
dogs.
But hey, you just want. I think the thing is, you're looking for what's the low cost food, knowing that most of your money's going towards the delivery.
Yeah, give me
I
an
mean, let's be
$8
honest. You're just trying to get the woman there to be like, hey, so. Wait, do you want to come inside? You guys do anything else, or
Nope.
what's going on?
You want to clean? Do you guys clean? Because this place is a
You
mess.
guys clean out.
Can I ask you to quote unquote set my table? You want some cocaine?
Exactly.
Right. The owner also said that all the calls, people are just giddy and fun. Sometimes it's a surprise for someone. Sometimes it's a birthday. Sometimes it's people that are really stoned. And why not? I love that it's a surprise. If you could send this to one of your friends, like, honey,
There
I think
you
our
go.
dinner's here. You get the door?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would easily do that. I would do that in a heartbeat.
100%.
I
money
would
well
actually
spent.
do it where it happened maybe like a couple like Fridays in a row at my house, just to be like, what is going on?
Yeah, this is weird. I did not order. Who's doing this to me? And you blame it on all your friends that you don't want to hang out with anymore, and then you get your wife mad at that. It's great.
All dancers.
Someone keeps sending me this. I don't know. She's like, why is this on our Amex?
we've been hacked.
Someone keeps sending it to our amp,
It goes deeper than we thought, babe.
and they're sending it for what appears to be my cell phone number.
Whoa.
Someone keeps sending it to my Amex. So what they've done is they've stolen my Amex card and they've tapped into an app that allows it to appear that my cell phone number has called this place and ordered this thing. They are playing a trick on all of us. Diabolical.
Good bit. It's a good
We
bit.
need to cancel these cards, or we need to try to
Let's
see if
just
the
see if it
same
happens.
service with a different card.
Let's
All right,
just
let's
see if
see.
it happens again 3 more weeks. Guys, we've got two choices.
Let's see if we can catch them.
We can spend 2 hours trying to cancel these cards, or let's just see how these chicken fingers taste.
My wife is like, I can't eat another Friday, corn dog Friday. I can't do it.
Come on, hon. Corn Dog Friday.
CDF, baby. It's
They
CDF.
should call them horn dogs. Horn
There you
Dog
go.
Friday.
All dancers.
God, whenever I'm at anything and I see that there's a buffet of corn dogs,
Forget
I'm
it.
in. I'm all in.
I know.
Yeah, I'm like, get away.
Are
get
you-
ready to get hip checked, old lady? When you see a stick going into there, how do you feel about that?
When I
Not
see
in
what
there.
going
A
in there?
stick in the
Like
corn
a
dog.
corn dog stick?
Corn dog
Yeah.
in the stick.
I'll go
No,
with it.
on a
That's handy.
stick? That's
Yeah.
fantastic. I mean, I do like, though, there's ones that
mini corn dogs?
The mini corn dogs that have no stick.
Oh, yeah.
No,
You
those
get a
are
little,
good.
you get a
Those are
little
good.
handful.
I'll do the stick. I'll do the stick.
Yeah. All dancers.
Rory Scovel. That's on his epitaph. Rory
If you guys
Scovel,
want to know
I'll
the
do
title
the
of my next special,
I'll do
it's
the
called
stick.
I'll do the stick.
stick. Rory Scovel, I'll do the stick.
All dancers are driven and escorted by a security guard, and there is at least one rule that carries over from the strip club to the pandemic: no touching the dancers.
That's right. No touching the food.
Well, they just lost a customer.
Oh,
2 states
no.
away.
I know one where they
state
can
away.
touch.
They're providing masks and disposable gloves and sanitizing wipes.
Good.
Strippers, like hairstylists and tattoo artists, they usually book a space to do their work and are considered independent contractors. That means they typically aren't eligible for unemployment benefits. So kudos to this guy for trying to keep them employed and making money. It all became real when this happened, said one of the dancers who goes by the name Olivia. Please welcome to the main stage.
Olivia.
Charity.
Welcome to the
coming up
main
next.
stage. We've got Olivia on the main stage, and we got Daniel Van Kirk over on the side stage. He's gonna be
Danielle on the
singing it.
side. That was our old bit.
He's going to be singing Sundown by Gordon Lightfoot.
We've got Tigris on the main stage, Euphrates on the bar, Dominique on the main stage.
The owner, Bolden, said that he has about 80 dancers between Lucky Devil and another club that he owns called Devil's Point. They're all like, hey, what do we do? I said, let me figure something out, and this is my solution.
Not a bad one.
25 dancers
They're nimble.
have started doing boober. Even with deliveries, many of the dancers' boober runs have gone from making several $100s a night to barely making minimum wage. So nobody's getting rich off. This is just helping them
No, this is just
maybe break even.
Exactly.
Maybe.
And they're driving so much more.
He said he's trying to employ as many people as possible during the club while the club is shut down.
I like it.
Kitchen staff are cooking orders, so that answers that.
I like
Security
it.
guards are getting to keep working by driving dancers to deliveries. And bartenders are now working the phones and maintaining social media. It's crazy, Bolden said. We mutated one of our businesses into a totally different style of business. You can order Boober Eats online or by calling 503-206-7355.
This
Do
guy,
it.
this guy is pivoting better than the entire U.S. government.
This guy is pivoting better than Kevin McHale in 1986 on the low post.
Get the low post, get the drop step, go straight up, two
This
hands.
guy just deked out the entire stripping industry.
This guy looked at the problem and came up with a solution, and he's still doing it to keep everybody afloat.
dude,
Everything this guy's doing is positive.
Please nominate him for a cabinet post. Excuse me, a cabinet poll.
This is the guy you
Poll
get
mates.
to be
Poll
a
mates.
mayor. Like, this is who you vote to be mayor, and you go, yeah, suddenly things are great. It's not, the mayor's never
You know
who you
why?
think it
He
needs to be.
figured out a way.
Because his priority was helping people who were in unfortunate
That's right.
circumstances.
He
And he
knows.
figured it out. He didn't go, this is impossible. He said, I know what to do.
I want a mayor who's going to say we can fix the roads through riverboat gambling.
Yes.
I want a
it.
mayor who wants to strip it down to the studs. Strip
There
it down
you
to
go.
the studs and
All
then
right.
make it happen. There you go.
story two.
Story number
Wow.
2. Can you give us a little taste of what we're going to hear in story number 3, Dan?
We're going to find a way to do it, but we are going to have an epic game of Guess the AG.
I cannot wait. Rory Scovel is with us. Follow him on all platforms at Rory Scovel.
That's right.
At Rory
That is
Scovel on
correct.
Twitter, on Instagram.
And that's SCOVEL, folks.
That is correct.
So check that out. He's fantastic, and Pen Pals and all those things. We'll be back right after this break for one final segment.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Go ahead and rate and review this show if you want to.
Yeah, do.
We haven't had that
We
happen
do
in a while.
appreciate that. That keeps us moving up on the old
We
chart.
love you guys. We will keep delivering content. We're finding ways to do it in the safest way possible. What we say at the end of our podcast every single time is socially distanced, but stay connected. And it's felt really good to stay connected to you, Dan. And I know it feels so good to see Rory. I think about all of our comedy friends who...
The joy we have of just gagging around at the back of the Improv, or whenever we
Yeah.
see you guys out, it's just my favorite thing in the world. So I do miss that in a deep way. But
Yeah.
this is fun.
This
getting
is
to do
fun.
this.
And Rory, do you want to tell people about your new project coming up, your podcast? Can you announce it yet? If not, can you tease it or just tell people? to be
I
on the look for it?
don't know that we can, because I don't know that we.
Okay, but
we
people
have to
should
do
be,
like a pilot, and then we find out if it
Oh,
goes
okay.
or not.
But so
pick your-
possibly in the future, people might be on the lookout for something else you're working on. Let's just
That's
say that.
exactly right. But I will say, and I don't know when this drops. You never know the timing of things.
This will drop
When is
next
what?
Tuesday. Next Tuesday.
That's exactly right. So some people do know when things are, and that was Randy. There's a chance my show that I shot for Comedy Central might premiere sometime in early May, and when I get more accurate, confirmed, concrete information, I'll be blasting that out on my Instagram and
Great.
Twitter and all that, and I'll be
Can't wait.
asking every friend I know to promote the hell out of the
Oh,
show.
well, it's a sport. There's some sports elements to it too.
That's exactly
And
right.
So
Church League basketball.
we will have you on our sports podcast to promote it as it happens. But we'll shout it to the high heavens because you
Hell
are
yes.
your family, buddy.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you.
And
All right.
Rory, we should tell people that if they have a secret, they need to figure out where to go.
That's exactly right.
And that's all we'll say about that. Okay. All right. Ready for the story 3?
Ready.
This was sent in by, believe it or not, Largo at the Coronet.
Oh, no way.
Yes. At Largo, Los Angeles.
So I don't know if this
sent
is
us
Flanagan or
this
Jenny.
Story. I know, but isn't
Oh
that
my
wonderful?
god, I love that these guys sent it.
Okay. And here's why they sent it. It's perfect. Here's the headline. Largo couple steals motorized shopping cart from Walmart, drives it to bar.
What?
So they must have gotten some sort of alert about a Largo thing in the news, or
And
somebody
they just
sent
were
it
like,
to them.
Here we go.
Hilarious.
Oh my god, I
Hilarious.
love
wow.
this. I love it.
A joyride in a motorized shopping cart landed a Largo couple behind bars on Thursday. Security cameras were rolling when Jeffrey Robert Sable and Santa...
Jeffrey Sable, isn't he from NFL Films?
That was Steve Sable.
And ready for his accomplice? Santa Marie Walters.
Her name is Santa.
Santa Marie.
She is a gift, you
She
guys.
sounds like a white wine. Santa Marie Walters.
Santa Marie sounds like where they, like, if you said, hey, where's the racetrack here in Southern
It's
California?
in Santa Marie.
It's in Santa Marie? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that
It's
also,
Santa Marie. It's not a boat that people are coming over on. It's a grocery.
I like the
the Pinta and the Santa Marie.
They stole a motorized shopping cart, just one, from Walmart located on Missouri Avenue in Largo, according to an affidavit. The couple was seen driving off the property together on one motorized cart.
The couple that steals together stays together.
How can you? What's the max speed on that?
Not walking.
Like 3 miles an hour. The truth of it is that like you start to see someone on one of those motorized scooters like go beyond where all the cars are parked and start heading to the corner.
We got
like
a runner.
It's gotta go get them. Go get them. Because all you see is like the tops of their heads.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, you see them driving away and you realize they're not supposed to be doing that. You get out a cigarette, you smoke the whole cigarette, it cuts back to them. They're still not out of the parking lot.
They're just at the edge of the parking lot. And you're like,
time
all right,
to throw the cigarette
I guess
down,
we gotta go get
exhale,
them.
and then just here we go.
They stole a motorized shopping cart from Walmart located on Missouri Avenue in Largo. The couple was seen driving off the property and heading west on Rosary Road. News Channel 8 has not obtained the video in question.
Oh my
Come on.
God. Get the video, man.
Shortly after the theft was reported, the cart was spotted outside of Jimmy's Sports Bar in Largo, and an officer found the couple at the bar.
Of course.
Oh no.
So look, if she's willing to, because I'm going to assume this is his idea. This isn't Santa's idea. Does he call himself Santa's little helper?
Yes. Yes, he does.
So he not only convinced her to steal this thing with him, he also convinced her to go to a sports bar. She's like, I don't give a shit about sports. He's like, I gotta see the scores.
After denying the theft, the couple admitted to taking the car. I hope that was back-to-back questions. Did you take that car?
No, we did not.
Are you sure? We
Yes.
did it.
Yes, we did.
They were arrested on charges of grand theft. They were both booked in the Pinellas County Jail.
God.
Okay, I'm going to show you guys the photo of both of them. And we'll get it up to the camera. Maybe Jay can help me out by taking it up to you, Rory.
Yep.
And then I need you to guess how old you think Jeffrey is.
And how old do you think Santa is? I mean, Santa's ageless. If you are listening to this, Dan will post these pictures on our Facebook page.
I can't wait to see her white beard.
Okay, and if you are playing along at home, just get it in your mind. If there's any way you can pause this and look at the photo.
We'll describe them.
Okay, here you go.
Okay, so I
let
guess
Rory get it. You got to flip it around for Rory. Let him get
Wonderful.
Okay, so Rory, can you see that?
I'll tell you what, not far off from what I was picturing.
Okay, exactly.
Okay, what's your guess for Jeffrey? What is your guess for Santa?
So let me explain them before you guess. So
They're a couple, right?
Jeffrey looks like an amateur pro wrestler.
yeah, he looks like Chris Angel Mind Freak on Jerry Lewis's Prednisone.
He looks like he went long enough without a haircut to get a new style.
Right. He's
Like he just morphed into a new type of
He's
hair.
constantly quote unquote growing it out. He's got a 1990s goatee.
He's also parted his hair twice.
Yeah. He barred his hair on the left and then midway through the parted it on the right. The parting on the left is now parting on the right.
Ooh. Okay, and then
He's I think he's gonna be early 30s.
okay.
I'm only guessing that because I feel like because he doesn't look early 30s.
Right.
He looks older, but I feel like he's had one of those lives where you look older than you are.
So you think he's 32, whatever? 30.
I'd say 32, and I think, am I guessing her age too?
Santa. Oh, yeah, Santa.
I'm going to go 50. I'm going to go 50. Solid 50.
Okay. So she has no teeth. That's
clearly
clear.
is.
Or eyebrows. Those are penciled in.
Teeth, eyebrows, and a forehead that you could show a drive-in.
She doesn't look as confident about her picture as Jeffrey does.
She's a little like, we shouldn't have done this. But he has, but she has great. He has the deepest bags. Like he has the kind of bags that Santa would carry around under his eyes.
He's getting charged on Delta for those bags.
Exactly.
Absolutely, those are not carry-on.
She's got great skin, good skin.
She does have very good
for
skin.
Santa.
Right, she does have very good
But
skin.
she's got the chin that's jutting out that tells me that she has.
Well,
no
she
teeth.
hasn't had to walk a day in her life. You know what I mean? She hasn't had natural.
Mrs. Santa.
Yeah.
Bring me a gift.
To me, she has the regret of somebody who wishes they would have denied the theft one more time.
Yep.
Okay.
Mrs. Santa,
Jay,
drive me a lark. I think this woman is. How old do you think the guy is? I think he's about 35.
Okay.
And
I like that. I like that guess a lot.
I think she's 30.
Okay.
and she just looks terrible.
Yeah, so I'm kind of Jay's mindset. I think he's 42.
Okay.
And I think she's 29.
Ooh.
I know that's going to sound crazy,
Okay.
but she's definitely chewed a hole in her cheek.
Okay. All right. We will get out of here
On this.
this. Because Jeffrey Robert Sable and Santa Marie Walters. To review one more time, Randy says that she is how old?
I think she's 29 and he's 42.
Okay.
So it's a 13-year span.
And Jason?
He's 35 and she's 30. And Rory said he's 32.
32-50.
32 and 50. 18 years.
Okay. I am going to read the order of ages by
Jeff to
Jeffrey and then Santa.
Okay.
And the ages of these two,
It's going to blow us away.
Jeffrey and then Santa, is 50 and 32. You had it backwards and exactly right, Rory.
So
Rory, you had it exactly right backwards.
So we were right in theory.
Yes, that man is 50 and
He
she
looks
is 32.
great. She looks terrible.
I got to tell you what, she is a terrible 32. He's a phenomenal 50.
I know.
Go steal another thing, man.
Right.
for him.
You got both the numbers right.
Dude, that's
but
that,
backwards.
that's that sports bar living.
No,
man.
this is how you look when you get no flack from someone your whole life.
Yes.
He's like, we're stealing this, babe. And she's like,
I guess
okay,
so.
My
Yeah.
Saturn
I'm
just
gonna
returned.
regret it, but just whatever.
We're going
Yeah,
to the
he's
sports
got
bar.
he's a good looking 50. He's got such a carefree
Babe, we're gonna-
lifestyle.
we're
This
gonna
guy's
steal-
been to jail. He's not even
We're
sweating.
going to steal this cart. We're going to head over to Jimmy's. And if you play your cards right, Christmas is going to come again this year.
and then they
That's
both just
Santa.
high five like they're bros.
I got a little Rudolph in my pants already.
Something's lighting up.
Time
Yeah.
I guide your sleigh.
All right, that's it.
Amazing.
look
There
at
you
that.
go. What a great story. Please look that up. It'll be on the Dumb People Town Facebook page. Join the Facebook page if you're not there. Lots of good stuff and information on that. Let you know when
Once
things are
again, we
happening.
gave you instructions. Follow the Good Night Shows. Rate, review it, subscribe to that.
Listen to Pen Pals. It's a fantastic show. Rate, review that. If Rory's show comes out on Comedy Central, what's the name of it so that people can be on Robbie. So when that comes out, check that out in May potentially. The Scarborough Country, the Virus edition, and go to our YouTube page and you go to our Instagram at Sklar Brothers. You can do a link on that and subscribe to that. So much stuff for you guys to do, but you know what? It's all worth it. We love you guys. Go punch a waterfall. Go punch everything. Water faucet. Then wash your hands. And oh shit, we got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down. It's Dumb People Town.
Starburns Audio.
A podcast network.